So that if I wanted to simplify something with a fractional exponent, what I'm going to do is rearrange it and write it as a radical expression. So, doing the same thing here, what we did up there, only now we have a number. 4 to the 5/2 would be 4 to the 5th, and I'm going to take the square root. Again, I don't really need that 2 there, I'm just going to write it for effect. Now when you simplify it, you could do the 4 to the 5th first, but then your number gets really big. So it's easier if you do the radical first. What is the square root of 4? The square root of 4 is
18. No.
square root of 4. 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4. Then I'm going to do the exponent that's next to that, right? So I did the square root of 4. Now I'm going to raise that answer to the 5th power. So 2 to the 5th. Two times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2, 32.
Oh, I thought it was done. I was not paying attention to you. So
If I'm going to do this on my calculator, the whole thing, I could do it in steps if I wanted to. This is how I have to type it in. 4 caret, and then in parentheses, you're going to do the fraction. 5/2. Again, try to do it on your paper first and check it with your calculator, but go ahead, put in 4 to the 5/2 power on your calculator. We get 32, right? Okay. So, number 20, rewriting that as a radical expression. How would I rewrite it as a radical expression?
27. Power 3 or something?
Where's the 3 go?
Way over there.
It goes in the index, so what I'm going to do...
What is it?
It's called the index. It's called the cubed root then. Cubed root of 27 to the 2nd power, right? We're going to start and figure out what's the cubed root of 27. The cubed root of 27 would be saying what number times the same number times the same number 3 times would give you 27. 3, exactly. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So now I'm going to take the 3 and square it. 3 squared is?
27.
3 squared,
Oh.
right, to the 2nd power. 3 times 3,
9.
9. Again, if you wanted to check it, you would do 27 to the 2/3 power. And you should come up with 9, right? So the last one, since we're running out of time, we are going to rewrite that first of all as a radical expression. So I'm going to have
Square root of 16.
not square root of 16, but what number's down there?
Oh, 4.
4th. That's how you read that. 4th root of 16.
4th root, okay.
Raised to the 5th power. So we're going to start with the 4th root of 16. What number times itself 4 times would give me 16? Can't be a very big number, right?
4.
Now if you did 4 times 4 times 4
Oh,
times
okay.
4, it's going to be way bigger than 16.
4, 2.
2, right? 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. So the fourth root of 16 is 2, and then we're going to take 2 to the 5th power. We already did 2 to the 5th power earlier. 2 to the 5th power is 32. You might want to make yourself a chart that you keep somewhere in your notebook with your perfect squares and your perfect cubes and your perfect fourths. You probably don't have to do any farther than 2 to the 5th power, but you would want to do 2 to the 4th power, 3 to the 4th power, probably even 4 to the 4th power, and so forth. And your cubes obviously would be longer, and your squares probably even longer yet, because your numbers don't get as big
So
so
where do you
fast.
find that out?
Where do you find that? Where do you figure that out?
No.
2 to the 5th is 32. 2 to the 4th is 16. 3 to the 4th. You know how to do 3 to the 4th on your calculator?
Yeah, I
3
did.
caret 4?
Yep. 81.
81. What's 4 to the 4th power?
256.
See, I'm already getting a pretty big number, so I probably can quit with that list. Then I might do my cubes. If I need to add to it later, I can add it and make it longer. But that way I have it one place in my notebook, so when I'm trying to figure out, well, what's the fourth root of 16, I can say, okay, here's my fourth powers. 2 to the 4th is 16, so the fourth root of 2 is, or fourth root of 16 is 2.
I mean, you can't go to the internet and find this?
Maybe. I never looked. You could look on the internet, maybe it's there.
Gotta do something easy, you know.
All right. Our goal is to be about 23% done. I believe if you did everything up to where we're at, we really have 25% done. But next week, Tuesday, we're going to do 2 pages, but Thursday, we're only going to do 1 because we're at the end of the chapter. And so we'll have an easier day next Thursday. Thank goodness.
Oh my God,